Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nerdlings of all ages, this show match has not failed to disappoint. If you thought a Zerg mirror matchup was boring, this series is the perfect antidote to that. Ladies and gentlemen, spawning in the bottom left-hand position of Whirlwind as the blue Zerg player representing Quantic Gaming, GSL finalist and IPL Fight Club extraordinaire. What can he do here? Can he come back? It is Hyun. And his opponent in the top right-hand corner, going 3-1 down, but clawing back 2 games in a row. He's starting to get some momentum here. Can he keep it up? The winner of the ESET UK Masters at Insomnia 48, representing Team Liquid.net, we have none other than Snute.
Yep. No 6 pools, no 7 pools, no 8 pools, no 9 pools.
No 9 pools, or 10 pools.
And no 10 pools, but we do have an early gas again by Quantic Hyun. At 13 supply being taken, so he might have some aggressive plans in mind. Definitely going to be a quick speed for him. And guess what? On the other side of the map, Liquid Snute has pretty much got the exact same plan, but he's made a few extra drones, so that's going to give him a bit of a better economy, but a bit of a later speed. It's going to be another aggressive game, Jurosar. These guys really don't like going hatchery first after all the 6 pools, 7 pools,
no,
and
man.
10 pools.
If you're playing a best of 9 with someone and like pretty much every game involves a 6 pool or a 10 pool, I wouldn't go hatch first. What are you talking about? Definitely aggression is the order of the day here. These guys have to play it safe. And I mean, that just makes more fantastic viewing for everyone out there who's tuning in right now. Hello to you guys. Thank you very much for checking out this stream, and I hope you're enjoying the games as much as we are enjoying casting them, made possible, of course, by ESET. Make sure you check them out at ESET UK Masters on both Twitter and Facebook. Just give them a little message when you're next around there, like their Facebook page, or even just message them on Twitter, and let them know how appreciative you are of this, especially because this ZVZ tonight has been absolutely epic. We've had 2 titans going at it here. Lots of aggression, lots of crazy comebacks as well. The emotions have been running high, and this series has really had it all.
Yeah, this series had a lot of entertaining play, a lot of different strategies coming out from both players. I'm loving it so far as we see.
All we need now is Broodlord Swarmhost versus Broodlord Swarmhost.
Oh man,
like,
that would be so
complete.
Good. I would love to see some Hive Tech. I would love
that would be so good for like the first 20 seconds, and then we'd just be like, all right guys, we're going for dinner break, we'll see you in 2 hours.
It would be so much fun. It's been ages since I've seen a ZVZ go to like the extreme late game. It always ends in either Ling Bling or it ends in a mid game with the Roaches, Hydras, slash Mutas. That's a shame. Yeah. I want to see it last a little bit longer, but Hyun, he's definitely aggressive again. He's super aggressive, but pretty much going for the same all-in that he's done in last game.
Well, dude, like, it's Whirlwind. If there's one map where you would basically go hatch first every time, you could argue it would be this one. And we still have players going pool first because they know this aggression is incoming. And now we have Hyun trying to force Snute to cancel here. And, oh, he actually has a lot of lings on the way as well. He's actually going to tempt Snute into saying, look, you want to keep this hatch? Okay, be my guest, but you're just going to waste the minerals. I'm going to come in and absolutely blow everything up. Here come Banelings into the mineral line. 2 Baneling hits get taken out. We have 2 workers only killed so far, but there should be more Banelings on the way. And now we see the natural expansion has finished. So he's going to come in with his lings, try to peter it down just a bit. Snute coming in to defend with some lings, and Hyun just out of sight, morphing in a couple more Banelings.
He's doing a good job at defending here, but the Banelings have been spotted, and there's some Zerglings attacking them. They're going to have a battle. Oh, what a nice micro trick there by Snute. Pulls off a few of the Zerglings and only loses the bare minimum there, and once again makes a really good defense. He's up in the worker count by 8 workers right now, and Hyun is not done yet. He is continuing to pour on the aggression. This really is an all-in, Jurosar. You know, we talked about ZVZ all-in not really being possible, but in this situation, you might even go ahead and call it an all-in when you make so many more Zerglings.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
When
He's
you're
going
so far behind.
Absolute non-stop aggression. And here we go, the Lings popping into the natural now. Oh, excellent first Baneling detonation, getting a decent number of Lings there. Hyun not able to pull back in time. Snute waiting. He doesn't actually want to use this Baneling on only 2 Lings, and he's going to hold back for now. And Hyun, actually, upon seeing that, he's gone back home and he's actually droning up. So we are going to see a mid-game, Lillian.
I hope we are. He is very far behind, though. These Banelings are going to do absolutely nothing. The Spine finishes. The last 2 Banelings get killed off without doing any damage. And it's 26 workers for Snute versus 18 of Hyun. So this time around, it's Hyun who's going to have to make a comeback. Hyun managed to kill 5 workers, but that was nowhere near worth it. His hatchery is so ridiculously far behind.
And the chat catching up right now saying, well, it's not actually effective APM. I mean, you know, you could technically sit in your base and spam units. You know, 504 average APM, okay, but it's not totally effective. Here's what I'll say, just to give you guys a little bit of frame of reference here. If you get into a game, you make a hatch, and you just inject the hatcheries and constantly hold down Z, or Z, depending on where you're from, go Britain, and try and get a 504 average APM with the number of larvae you have popping out. Leave the game at any point and see if you can get that high. I'm sure it's possible, but that's hard. That is still ridiculously hard, and that's not actually trying to do anything else or consider the actions of your opponent at the same time. Hyun is an absolute beast, and guys, it's also 5 in the morning for the guy as well, and he has absolutely no problem playing this quickly. This guy is a machine. That's all I'm saying. Unbelievable stuff.
Yeah, doing very well. Especially in the start of the series, he was able to get himself a lead, 3-1. But he's lost a few games in a row right now, and Snute is in a fantastic position to take a lead over Hyun for the first time in the series. Might be able to go 4-3 if he wins this. Still up 8 workers, which is a very significant amount, and he's going to be going in roaches.
That's right, and I think he's anticipating a lair and a possible Spire time. We saw Hyun do this to Snute earlier on, Lillian, if you recall. We basically said, hey, with the worker lead, he knew that if he went roaches, he would hit so much earlier than the mutas popping out, or even if the mutas did pop up and clean up the roaches, that he would have enough time to get an absolutely metric crap ton of damage done. And guess what? That's exactly what Snute's doing here in game number 7. Can he take the lead of this series for the first time?
Well, it's been a long time since I've heard that phrase, Joristar. A metric crap ton of damage. You used to say that.
That's right, man. That's a lot.
You used to say that a lot. That's really one of your trademarks. It was one of your trademarks. I'm happy to hear that phrase come out again.
Well, we've got Muta versus potential Muta versus Roach here, so there might be some more trademarks coming our way in just a bit. We'll wait and see.
Well, not going to be the case, because just a second ago, as you said, that Zerg missile attacks level 1 was started, and Hyun is going to be going into roaches himself. I think he realizes how far behind he is, because he's just started 6 spine crawlers, and more continue to go down. He's going to have like 7 or 8 spine crawlers at the top of his ramp, because he sees these roaches coming, and he's like, oh, I wasn't ready for this. I'm in some trouble. Better make a lot of spine crawlers. Maybe it will save me. We'll see. It's going to be very difficult defense.
If I was Snute, I would see the spine crawlers and be like, I'm going to go back in 30 seconds, and if all of these spine crawlers are done, then I'm going to double expand. But it looks like he doesn't even need to do that. Oh, we are going to see the honey badger roaches, Lillian. They're coming in. They don't care. They're being attacked. They're saying, whatever, bro. As we head on in with a Baneling as well for good measure, which means the workers are going to have to head on out. There are 3 spine crawlers left. Snute don't care. Snute power it in. He don't mind whatsoever. 102 supply versus 52, and Liquid Snute, ladies and gentlemen, takes the lead against the GSL final.